Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, and today I'm bringing you a 6-player free-for-all for Rome Total War. As you can see, I'm in command of Carthage, and I'm currently running around in the forest. Trozza, who was in command of Parthia, he had connection problems, so he got dropped. Unfortunately, I had to drop him because it was not working the game, and which means I have to immediately turn face this AI. I didn't want to face an AI, but I kind of have to, otherwise they're going to be a nuisance the whole game. So that's about to happen very fast, so I've got to quickly get over here. Dothraki is in command of Macedon, he's going to go for this hilly spot over here. Plato's in command of the Brutii Romans. Let's see, there's someone else. Max Brutus, we've got a lot, is from some clan, Black Clan or TNT or something, I don't know, I've never heard of that one. And Obama is in command of the Scipii Romans. So automatically, because the AI is moving up so fast, I'm going to get into action with them right away. But AI is a terrible opponent, obviously, so they just practically walk into my phalanxes. So all this cav though is terrible in forest, but fortunately he's got just me, so I see my spears into his cataphracts and my cav in as well. It's really chaotic, it's hard to see what you're doing when you're in the forest like this, so I didn't really know what was going on. But I'm massacring these cataphracts because they're getting caught on my pikes. So the only challenging part of this fight was the fact I was working in the forest, and obviously, as you can see, as I'm moving around the camera, it's very hard to see what's going on.
He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
Yes, it's quite hard to see what's going on, so you got in real close, and fighting at this closer range is, like, organising your whole army at this closer range is hard. So fortunately it was against an AI opponent. Any kind of fighting in the forest can be pretty damn tough. But I think I'm doing alright. I'm mopping up most of his stuff. I've got most of his cataphracts. For some reason I accidentally put them into loose formation and sort of forgot about them, but it doesn't really matter. My sacred band are just mopping up these archers. He obviously brought a huge archer force. I think he brought a full archer force and a full cataphract force. The AI gets into my slingers here. I'm doing my best to intercept, but it's really hard to see what's going on in the forest. I don't mind forest fights. I think it's a cool addition to the game, but it's quite hard to organise forces in the forest. So that's pretty much the Parthian player beat though, or the AI. The AI is terrible, so it's never hard to beat. So I was a bit disappointed I had to fight the AI, but I had to do it because otherwise I wanted to go for the Scipii player, but I kind of had to deal with that AI because it'd be right on my back the whole time. So these two are approaching each other. I'll give you a bit of an outline of the armies. I'm just mopping up units over there, so there's nothing much to see. Obama's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of gold attack Praetorian cohort. He's got 1, 2, 3, he's got about 4 units of gold attack, or yeah, some of them got gold attack, some of them got nothing. No, it's all gold attack rather, legionary cav, and 1 unit of silver rather, Roman general. He's got 2 units of gold attack, I think, or 3 upgrades, whatever, Triarii, and 4 units of Archer Auxilia gold attack. So I thought it was nice to see someone play and not use urban cohort for a change as Rome. You know, like, don't take it wrong that I'm always like, you know, dissing people who use urban cohort. I'm not. I'll just get a little tired of the same old army every time. You know, I think it's just nice to see a change. So the Roman player he just goes with the urban cohort Praetorian cav setup, and I've got a hell of a lot of upgrades. I think they're silver or gold, I can't really tell. Let's have a look. Oh, they're just gold attack, but they are urban cohort. They're silver I think, and they'll be better than these Praetorians. They've got at least upgrades. He's also got 4 units of gold Praetorian cav, so he's got decisive cav advantage, but the Scipio player has got Triarii, so it's quite good. The archer advantage is the Scipii's, so pretty even ground for them to be fighting on, but these Urbans have probably got a wee bit more range with their peeler. But I still think, well, as you can see, Obama gets peeler off first, and that will make a difference. That'll even the playing field a bit more for him. So I think Obama does very well, considering his opposition is using a stronger army all round, except for archers. But he's got about the same archers. So up here, these two sit around for quite a while. So the Roman player, not the Roman player, the Macedonian player has 5 units of Royal Pikemen, 3 units of Cretan archers, I think that is, and 2 units of companion cav that I can see. There might be some hidden. And this guy has 6 units of urban cohorts.
The enemy flee! Chase them from the field and give them no rest or pity!
6 units of Praetorian, actually I think that's 7 units of Praetorian cavalry. Oh no, it's 6, and 1 unit of Equites, 2 units and a cavalry auxilia and Roman archers, and some archer auxilia. So he goes with the pretty much standard urban spam type army as well, just a lot more, probably less upgrades and a lot more infantry, quantity numbers not quality, but it won't really matter. So here Obama's doing well, using his Triarii to support his cav, but these Praetorians are still Praetorians, if you know what I mean. He's actually holding on against these Urbans and beating them in some areas, which I was impressed with that, because Urbans are quite challenging, to be honest, but usually they'll beat just about anything, and as you can see, they're starting, it's pretty even. Praetorian cohort are a good enough challenge for Urbans though, at least in my opinion they are. I'm just finished mopping up and I'm moving out into the open with my Carthaginian army. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate players who use urban cohort. I'm not saying that. I used to use them when I was pretty new, but I think it's just players who use it every time, and I get a bit frustrated like when I fight Rome, and like some days I'll fight Rome like 6 times, and every time I'm versing urban cohort and Praetorian cohort, you know, and I don't know, it's just boring fighting the same army over and over again. I like variation. But I think the Scipio player, Obama, did very, very well to beat this to do this much damage to this urban army, which is impressive. Are these two about to engage yet or not? Obviously Macedon's quite happy to camp, I think. But I think that's, you know, fair. I think the Roman players obviously got this urban cohort, and they're much stronger than Royal Pikemen, so I think it's still pretty fair that the Macedonian player will be allowed to do that. So, although, having said that, with all these Cretans, it's, you know, have a huge range. I think he does have more cav, and it's hidden in this little wee trees here and stuff. So obviously I'm off to a pretty good start, but I had the Parthian AI, so that's not really much of a challenge. So far I give the most credit to the Scipii player for fighting so well against this urban army. He weakened it so much that it'll be a pretty easy kill for me, so I'm pretty pleased with that, so good on him. Let's see. Here the Brutii Roman player, what's his name now? Plato brings up these archers, and in my opinion this wasn't a very good move, because not only will they get shot up really fast by these Cretan archers, like as you can see what's going to happen right now, these cavalry are going to get in, and there's nothing he can, well he could have got those companions in. I think he could have, those Equites would have been cleaned up, they couldn't have stopped it, and these Praetorian cav were too far behind. He could have cleaned up a whole unit of them, but then again he doesn't really need to. These companions could easily deal with these Equites. So here we have a runaway Equite assault, and it's not too bad. He manages to make all his Cretans retreat back, which is good for the Brutii player, Plato, so that's pretty impressive. Here they manage to bounce off these pikes, and as you can see, you cannot see any of the flags or any of the upgrades, they're so far away. So I don't know what sort of upgrades are going on here, but I'm suspecting sort of silvery for these urbans, and maybe some gold, I don't know. But with this height advantage, and if they're golden with these Cretans, I think the Macedonian player has a good show, or chance of it. If you want to just have a look over here, I'm bringing in my Sacred Band Cav to get these archers and get as many kills as I can. So yeah, he left them a bit exposed because he got overzealous in hunting down the remainder of Praetorian Cav. I forget about my slingers though. Fortunately no one spots it, but I do forget them, so I make the same mistake. So currently it's just mopping up whatever's available. It's scored resolution obviously, so that's why I do this, but I probably would do it anyway because it would give me an edge. So here the Roman player comes up and he brings Cav over there. These Praetorians are going to beat these companions probably. It just depends, although these ones got a downhill charge, and the charge on companions is big, but once they get down to the infantry battle it's, you know, less so. But I knew there was companions hidden in here. I suspected there would be, but horses don't fight as well in the forests. But having said that, it's all horses, so it's still even. So here these Praetorians hit the back of these royals, but these royals are actually winning against these urbans, probably because of the uphill situation. But he's going to get some rear charges and hammer and anvil strikes going on these royal pikemen. I'm suspecting these royal pikemen would have had more upgrades than these urbans, because I can see that they are holding out very well under the circumstances. But now it's still pretty even though, because there's I think there's still companions on the run or move. Yeah, some more over here, but I think all in all Praetorians will beat companions pretty flat, and the Macedonian player's army is going to give away. So he fought well, the hill helped him.
The gods smile upon you today. The enemy general has been killed and his men lose hard.
So that's a good try, Macedon, and some nice tactics were employed there by Plato, who was the Brutii. I thought it was quite cool how he managed to slip round those companions with his equites and make all those Cretans run behind, and how he managed to slip away from the battle and destroy those royal pikes while there were still companions on the field. So a very good use of tactics there, in my opinion, from the Brutii player Plato, and a pretty good effort there from Dothraki with Macedon to try and beat an urban span. So, I suppose I was too busy over there. Basically, I just beat down those remaining red urban cohort with my Sacred Band. It was pretty much an instant thing. It wasn't much, you didn't miss much, because there were so few of them left. But he retreats his Praetorians so he can go on scavenge hunts for routing units, which is a good move.
Chase them from the field and give them no rest or pity.
So hopefully you got a good look at all the battles that took place. You'll still get to see me in the Brutii player, but the Brutii player is pretty depleted and I'm not. So I'm just going to triple speed this because there's quite a lot of wandering for a while. Well, this unit of Libyan spearmen gets quite far behind, which bothers me because they're exhausted. The other ones are just warmed up and tired and stuff. That's why they're walking so damn slow, which I didn't like. I can't quite remember what this map was called, but it's one of Bell's mod pack ones, which I use most of the time anyway, unless I'm not the host. In this case I was the host though. So basically we're just walking around and To be honest though, I don't really consider myself, you know, I don't really consider myself the best player, like the winner sort of this, because I fought an AI opponent, the other guys didn't, and I think that counts for something. So the fact that my army is so well preserved is only because I was up against the AI, and the AI is terrible. So you know, it's not, these guys obviously did a better job than I did in this case, because they had, you know, other human opponents and so on. All I do is really just mop up after the scraps of other battles, so that's not really a very worthy-ish, you know, well, it's like I haven't cheated or anything, but it's just the way it goes. I wanted to fight the Scipii player, but yeah, here he comes in with these equidates. I didn't even notice. I was off watching his army and something, and I look over here and a few of my slingers get whacked, but I don't really care. I won't really need them much anymore anyway.
By the gods, the enemy general was a fool.
I think that happened down in here somewhere.
Rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
Yeah, these two were, you know, he was, the Praetorian player was, not the Praetorian player, the Red player was determined, or the Julii player was determined to find Obama's running men.
As enemies, these men are perfect. They are running from the battle in terror.
So, here we're vying for position, and I have no intention of camping, but I just want to have a height advantage because it will mean I'll win easier. And I think the Plato does in my opinion, a foolish thing here. He separates his infantry and his archers from his cav and allows me to face them individually, and I'm not sure why. He probably had a bit of a good chance of doing some serious damage to me, but I think I had a better, more, you know, upgraded army and more of them. So here I'm just gonna, initially wasn't sure if I wanted to charge them, but I thought, what the hell, might as well go downhill charge, and I got more of them, but I wasn't sure if my men would actually do so well against these Praetorians, because Praetorians are better than Scipii and Cav, but I do it anyway, and it turns out to be worthwhile.
By the gods, the enemy general was a fool! He sacrificed himself rather than leading his men to a dignified defeat.
So that's his cav defeated. Now I think it was kind of wasteful of him, because he could have used them in conjunction with his remaining infantry. Now he just makes it a lot easier for me. So hold on, I'll just wait until things get all formed up. So here my men, I think, take a few shots from these arrows, and they might take one or two peeler as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they do take a few peeler, but it doesn't really matter. By this point, it's, you know, they pretty much rout right away, and he just admits defeat. And now I'm just going to run them down, get more kills. But that's pretty much. That's pretty much it so far. I'm just getting some of these Praetorians here as well, make them run. So
as enemies,
that's them.
Perfect. They are running from the battle, and the enemy general has been killed. Now we will see the measure of his soldiers' courage.
So just me running down whatever routes I can, just to add more kills to my kill list. Because, as I said, scored resolution. What else is going on? Nothing much else is going on. That's pretty much it. Just running things down, and it's about to end right about now-ish. Right, here we go. So I obviously win that, but I didn't have any real challenging opponent, because I had the AI, which is a piece of cake, and then I just picked up the scraps of the remaining armies. So, as you can see, I had 1,184 men and got 1,552 kills and 820 men remaining. But if I were to choose someone who I thought deserved the most to win this, I'd probably be leaning on going with Obama. mostly because he nearly defeated we did quite a bit of damage to the Red Roman player who had more upgrades and stronger infantry and cav than him, and he still did quite a lot of damage too. Plato did very well too, he did some good strategy, but the Julii player was also very good, so any of those 3 Roman players more worthy of the victory than I think I was, because they actually fought other players. So my cav, this one got 460 kills, so it must have just picked up a heap of routers. But as you can see, apart from my slingers, which got hit up by those cataphracts in that forest scrap at the start, everything else got a heap of kills. But you know, any one of these 3 Roman players fought pretty well. I'd probably go with Obama. He was my favourite simply because he didn't use urbans. But Plato used some really cool tactics there too, especially those equites, and he managed to sort of draw away the Macedonians' cav and stuff, so I thought he was pretty good too. So all in all, good game for you guys. It was fun to watch. Sorry I didn't have much of an opponent there, but that was just the way it was. Trials I had connection problems, so he had to go. So all in all, good game to all of you, and I'll see you next time.